Folks, folks, they built them up only to take them down. Again, another so-called black street legend has a cautionary tale. Again, once again, this happens, folks. But who is really in control of these stories? Who is really in control of the narratives? The feds just arrested, well, he turned himself in, Big U. And if you've been paying close attention, this isn't something new, okay? They let people like him rise to the top, fuel their influence, give them illusion of power, then snatch it away when it serves their purpose. But before all that, they make sure the community is destroyed, the violence skyrockets, and the communities are left in ruins. Why do you think they hand these ex-cons grants, nonprofit money? Why do they do that with these dudes, man? Huh? This man had received a lot of nonprofit money. A lot. Why do you think they hand these ex-cons government grants of nonprofit money all the time? Propping them up, rewarding them for all the bad behavior they did by helping them destroy communities, only to take them down later. Now, I'm not saying these individuals don't play a role in their own downfalls. That's not what I'm saying.
And rid our streets of these criminal street gangs, including ones operated by violent felons like Mr. Henley, who are posing as savvy businessmen and community leaders, but in the end are violent criminals.
But when the media puts it on full display, that's the real game. Making sure the public sees every step, so this negative black image stay burned into their minds. They did it to Suge. They did it to Frank Lucas. They do it to every so-called kingpin. They just prop them up. But this ain't just about the street dudes. This is how they play. Dictators get done this way too. Look at Saddam Hussein. Look at Noriega. They use these figures to benefit them, money, power, influence. They give them that so they can help destroy their own people, their communities, or even their country. But the second they become a liability, they flip the script, folks. And one day they're their golden boys who helping them accomplish all their crimes. The next, they're the villains on a wanted poster. And what's sad about this situation, it's one thing that they help destroy their own communities with these gangs and drugs and whatever they do. These new gangsters are social media raised. They ain't built like the old ones. Not that I'm proud of them old ones, but a lot of people not built like them old ones. Back in the day, your reputation had to come from what you did in the streets. And then when you did it, you didn't go on social media posting it everywhere. You didn't need other people to co-sign it.
The same time they came and picked your ass up, right? They came and got Big Useless, right? And then, they rolled on me.
Yeah.
So you already know the answer.
I don't know that they wrote on you. I'm telling you. I'm saying
we dealing with this
two separate times.
Okay,
I hear you.
Okay, wait, hold on.
You're talking.
No, look
to them.
Okay, so listen.
You can't just say you know.
Okay, no.
And I talked about a few of them before. Loose Cannon, Brick Baby. Y'all know how I feel about Crips and Bloods. Never been a fan of them. They're community destroyers, but they got rewarded for what they did. This is deep stuff. This ain't just about Big U. This is about control. This is about images. This is about narratives. This is social engineering at its finest. They've been playing this game for decades, folks. All this gang banging stuff, all this mafia stuff, all this drug stuff. This stuff started in the 1950s with the MKUltra program. A program that was used to check the brains, the mental states and the brain functions when people was on LSD. They wasn't just testing drugs. This program lasted from 1954 to 1973, and that just owned the books. Off the books, they went off to those Indian reservations. You can go and do your own research, but they're not going to admit to that. But it wasn't just about testing how people react to drugs, how people react to gangs. It wasn't just about that. You think it's a coincidence that once this program started in 1954, all of a sudden drugs and gangs popped up? They also want to test mind control with the media. They tested people listening to Motown to see how it affected sexual energy, mood swings, love, unity. They did the same thing with rock and roll later, testing how it affected rebellion, raw emotion, wild behaviors. They understood the effects of music so well, they had a plan for hip hop even before it was invented. Why do you think they took it over and turned it into gangster music? Then when all the destruction plays out, they step back and act like it's just a coincidence. That's what they do, folks. That is what they do. And one of the most powerful tools they use have been the entertainment industry. They've been controlling it since day one. They take any invention and say, well, how can we use this invention to our advantage? Whatever they need to do to stay in power and control, that's what they do. That's what all these politics is about right now with President Donald Trump. And you guys know the media has an effect. Here's why I know you guys know. Because I've heard people say social media got people thinking this way. Social media have people thinking this way. Social media is just an offspring of the media. Where do you think those people on social media get it from? Okay, Real House of Housewives. I say it all the time. I'm going to say it every time. I'm going to pump it in our heads until we understand the importance of image. Big U is not being paraded around in all the news outlets because of his crimes. This is about pushing images that they already know exist. They know what this man been doing.
Heartened by the fact that they trying to say that I stole something from Developing Option, or I used Developing Option as a front. Developing Option paid my bills. They paid my house note. They paid the bills for my family, the money I made as an employee for Developing Option. I never mixed that with nothing. I didn't manipulate nobody. I didn't steal nothing. We did PPP loans. We did 2 loans. And that's it, just like everybody else did. I didn't use no fraud. I didn't give none of fake names. And one of them we was paying back and one they forgave.
It's always the worst negative ones of our community. There are so many powerful organizations and street organizations too that you never hear about that carry themselves like you're supposed to carry themselves. But which one do you hear about? And this ain't the squeaky wheel get the oil. This is not that. This is someone with an agenda to push all the negative stereotypes about us to the forefront. Yes! Okay? And I can't help but make everything about the media. And let me tell you why I'm making this arrest about the media. One, because of some of those stupid fools sat around, talked about some of their crimes or whatever they might have participated in, and they thought they was using codes and shit. I mean, these some backwards motherfuckers, man. These some new fools. Don't even have enough sense to commit a crime and stay low key. And all these people that's running all these social media and all these social YouTube channels, they know what they're doing. Bringing on interviewing these guys. They part of it too. They know. You think it's a coincidence that once this man became a powerful dude in YouTube, that YouTube algorithms changed? Okay. Before this man took over YouTube music, I used to get algorithms of John Henry Clark or some socially conscious shit about black people. Used to just pop up on my timeline all the time. Now you know what pop up on my timeline? Shit like this. When it comes to black people, shit like this. This black person did the crime. This black woman did this. This black man did this. All negative shit. No different than the media back in the day. They started planning this shit in 1953. I mean, a bigger plan was already in process, but I'm talking about this mind control shit where you got Well, you can use the media to make people do certain things. A lot of people think that thing in 1954, bringing it up, it was about testing LSD. This has always been about us, folks. And I'm not saying it in an arrogant way. I'm saying these people have a certain type of fear because of all the bullshit they know they've done in the past. Because we don't do shit to people other than these government gangbangers that they created. They're the ones who are doing all the bad in all the communities. Gangbangers, drug dealers, the ones the government created. And I know this video won't get views. I know it. I know it. Because I know how they work. They don't want this message out there, especially my big dark ass. But it's sad, man. Not that this man got arrested, because if he done his crimes, he deserved to be arrested. But what's sad is all them people that was on social media talking about crimes, even the ones who get out of prison, they go on social media talking about their crimes like that motherfucker from Louisiana, Gangster. Killed 20 black people, and he free. And y'all happy to see him. Y'all happy to hear from him. Y'all rather hear from him than me.